I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and now let go.
Okay, so for this recipe you're going to need a 1/4 cup of nut butter. I'm using peanut butter, 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, or you can use coconut sugar instead, 1/3 cup of caster syrup or maple syrup will also work okay, 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of white flour, the same 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. I'm using hot chocolate powder instead because I don't have cocoa powder and it also works okay, a teaspoon of vanilla essence, 2 tablespoons of milled chia seeds or flax seeds, and 6 tablespoons of water. This is to make the chia egg, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I just cut up a bar of chocolate. Okay, so you need to preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and put some kitchen foil in a baking pan. This is 8 by 8, and then I also added a teaspoon of coconut oil, just so it'll stay better, and you just need to set this aside. Okay, and now to make the chia egg, all you do is just mix the water and the chia seeds together. And stir quite rapidly so it all incorporates together, and you just need to set this aside for 10 to 15 minutes and then it will be kneaded. Okay, so now to make the actual brownies, put your nut butter into a bowl. Make sure to get all of it out. Then add the sugar. And the coconut oil. And lastly the caster syrup or maple syrup you can also use instead. Okay, so what you need to do is whisk it up together. I had already stirred it around, but it wasn't really coming together, and then I saw you needed to whisk it, and mine wasn't really coming to that good, so I heated it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. You might need to do that as well, and then it just comes better together, and you just continue whisking until it forms like a thick, like hard caramel mixture. And then you need to add the cocoa powder or hot chocolate powder in 3 stages, and then just whisk it up into the other ingredients. Okay, so now this is when I've added all of the cocoa powder, and it just starts to like thicken and come together quite well, a bit like a hard fudge. Okay, now you need to add the vanilla essence and a pinch of salt, and then also add the chia egg. See it because it turns quite like a thick consistency, and it binds things together. And then what you want to do is just whisk this up together. And then also add the flour in 3 stages, like the cocoa powder before, and you just whisk it, and then when it starts to get too thick and it's sticking too much to the whiskers, I transfer to a spoon just to stir in the rest of it. And then it will become like a brownie mixture, and then you just add your chocolate chips and stir them around so it's spread out evenly. Now you just put it into the baking pan you've already lined. Make sure to get it all out and then just flatten down so it's all even. And then you just bake it in the oven in the middle shelf for about 20 minutes, should be okay. Mine actually got burnt, but it's because my oven is not a proper oven, it's not very good really. Okay, and this is when it's cooled, so you need to let it cool for an hour after you've taken it out, and then you just cut it up into 12 pieces. Mine is quite hard because it did get burnt, but hopefully it won't in your oven if you do try this recipe. This is optional, but I just thought it would look quite nice, and I just sprinkled it with some icing sugar on top just to give it an even coat. Okay, and that's the end of the recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week.
Yeah, where the old sound done.